Alright, today we're going to talk about ratio rates and how to use them for a table and a graph. So I have this table there that's not quite filled out all the way. And we have to figure out how to fill out the rest of the table. So looking at this, to get from a 2 to 1, 2 is, or 1 is half of 2. So I look at the 5 is 2 and half of 5, and it is. So my relationship here is you take half of whatever x is to find your y. So half of 10 is 5, and half of 3 is 1.5. So now I need to put these points on our graph. So my first point is I go to 2 on my x and 1 on my y. And then at 3 I'm at 1.5. 5 I'm at 2.5. And at 10 I am at 5. And what you'll notice when you make these graphs is that they should form a line. If you can't connect your dots and form a line, then you probably did something not quite right. Alright, so let's explore making a ratio to help us finish a table and then graph. Alright, so we look at this first column here, and we're going to make a ratio of that, which is 2 to 20. Now we're going to find the unit rate, which would equal 1 to 10. So we can use that to figure out our other values. So just to check and make sure it works, the 5 to 50, 5 times 10 is 50. So our ratio worked for 2 of the values, so it'll work for our other ones. So we do the same thing for 3. 3 times 10 would be 30. And then to find the missing value on the top, we do the opposite. So we have to divide. So 45 divided by 10 is going to be 4 5/10. And so now we're going to graph this. And I modified my graph a little bit there and added zeros. So these are by tens. So we're going to have 110, 220, 330, 4.5 45. Go right about there, and then 550. Again, you should be able to connect your points to form a line. Alright, so now we're just given a rate of a bathtub drains at a rate of 5 gallons in 2 minutes, and we're going to have to come up with our table to be able to make our graph. So first is to take our ratio we have of 5 gallons in 2 minutes and make it a unit rate. So I'm going to do 5 divided by 2. So I'm going to get 2.5 gallons per minute. Alright, so now I can make a table. So I can do 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So I've already done the first one. In 1 minute we have 2.5 gallons, and we were given the second one. 2 minutes will be 5 gallons. So to do the 5, we're going to do 2.5 times 5. So 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 2 is 10, plus that 2 is 12. So it would be 12.5 gallons in 5 minutes. And then do it for the 10, we're going to do 2.5 times 10, which would be 25. So the bathtub could drain 25 gallons in 10 minutes. So now let's graph this. So at 1, we're going to have 2.5. At 2, we're going to be at 5. 5 is not going to be on our graph. It'll just be a little bit above it. So it'll be right about there. Again, you should have a little bit better graph paper than I have. Oops, I put that in the wrong place. 5's over there. That's at 3. That first one I did. There we go. Alright, so again, when you graph this, it should form a line. And then you know you did it correctly.